Hello, hello, happy Monday. Welcome back. What we're going to talk about today. I was going through some of my notes for some upcoming projects that I have, and I stumbled upon a lot of conversations online and on my Twitter and on LinkedIn about the ICP, like what the ICP actually means. And a lot of people tend to focus on the actual term, the ideal customer profile, which, in my opinion, is just very, very limiting. And I'll explain in a bit why that is because the ICP changed a lot. I think the strict term of ideal customer profile only applies when the purchasing decision is being made on the basis of an individual. Meaning, whenever you have consumer-based companies, so direct to consumer or small stores, whatever that may be, they have to talk about the ideal customer profile. Reason being is that they are selling to a consumer. They don't have any other options. But in the case that you're selling to, when you're selling in a B2B context, that's entirely different because if you strictly go to the basis of an ideal customer profile, I think you're missing out on a massive chunk of people. Let me show you what I mean. So it's going to be a bit shaky because I'll be typing on my laptop. So let me show you what I mean. So ICP, and everyone obviously knows the first one, which is the ideal customer profile. Now, what this means essentially for me is the individual that's going to make a purchasing decision. How it applies to you if you have in a B2B context, right? What that means is it might be a CEO or a CRO or a chief of finance. What 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 the ICP applies to you in this context is who's gonna make who has to say the final okay for that B2B purchasing decision to happen as soon as they give the okay. But if you only try to find leads, or if you do your qualification process based on solely the title of the customer that you will be targeting, you're missing out in a massive chunk of people simply because let's say, for example, someone lands on your funnel, on your landing page, they watch your VSL, and they are a director of finance. If they go through the process and you disqualify them, or you don't do enough discovery to, for example, find out that that director of finance has to then go ask the CFO for permission to do the transaction, but they are interested in your product, you're potentially missing out to a payment simply because you disqualified someone based on their customer profile. That should pretty much explain it, because a lot of times I see people, they're launching cold outbound campaigns. They are doing they have their sites with the type form that you go through to fill in, and then they are disqualifying people, but then they are limiting their specific lead flow. Now, always keep in mind that the people that you have initial touch points with might not be your quote unquote ideal customer profile, but they might lead to the access of for purchasing decisions to happen. That's point one. Point two, the other version of the ICP is the ideal company profile. That's why you see so many people talk about B2B companies, right? But again, ideal company profiles, even if you say that they are B2B, that's again a massive net. That's not bad. That's not bad. But if someone asks you who you're selling to, and you say like B2B or consultants and coaches, the thing that everyone uses, that's good as a starting point. But then how is your messaging? Like, do you sell to SMBs? Do you sell to small businesses? They still could be B2B. It still could be like a small like family office that's a business that does uh, professional cleaning to other businesses. That's still B2B. So you need to be like a tiny more specific to who you're selling to, because, for example, yes, you're saying B2B, but it's B2B with an ARR of like 5 million and etc etc. The more specific you make it, like you could say that it's in like financial services maybe, or it could be marketing services. As specific as you can become for who you're targeting, the easier it's going to be to find them. But don't make it so specific that you're limiting the number of people that you're targeting. And then finally, something that again I don't see a lot of people utilizing, and I personally think is dumb. Maybe it's not, but you never know. Is the ideal part? Sorry, the ideal company partnership. Oh, partnership. Meaning, let's say for example on the example we used before, you're targeting your offer is paid advertising for financial services, for B2B financial services companies with an ARR of 5 mil, right? You can go through the entire process of trying to find these companies and then these stakeholders that will make this purchasing decision. Like you could go through the process of finding these people, or you could build a separate list, a separate campaign, a separate strategy in targeting companies that work with these people that you're targeting. And then you can create an ecosystem that two companies are growing at the same time in the same customer bases, because your services are not competing, they are complementary. So why not reach out to some other companies, create partnerships, or create joint offers where you both go out, get customers, and you create an ecosystem that everyone benefits. So the third point is try to find complementary services to yours, right? And build offer ecosystems to to build massive businesses without you having to go through the process of finding new customers at all times. Now, to close this together, I think that the best process is if you have a B2B offer and you're trying to build outbound campaigns, dismissing the inbound process. The starting point should be the ideal company profile, simply because you can use this as a base, and it also applies to targeting for a purchasing decision and then targeting for partnerships. So start from the ideal company profile, cast a big net, meaning separate two lists. For example, one list should be for the people that will be buying. Let me write this here as well. Cast a big net, buying and partnering with you. So you have two lists. List one is the people that will be buying from you, so generate specific revenue for you. And then the second one is the people that will be partnering with you, that you could potentially build offer ecosystems, and then move on to the ideal customer profile, meaning the people that will make the purchasing decision, and use filters for the titles and be specific, because a lot of times if you target directors of finance or CFOs or VP of finance, these separate people, depending on the size of the company that you're targeting, could lead you to the right stakeholder. That's why you start with the company profile. You find the companies that are buying from you. They could be B2B, make them as specific as you want. Move on to the ideal customer profile. So people who can two things. One, give the okay to buy, or intro to the people that will buy. So two things. And finally, is your ideal company partnership. Let me write this as well. Partnership, meaning the people that you'll be partnering with. Partnering with. Oh, Jesus. My typing's off today. Partnering with, and find complementary ecosystems. So build ecosystems that you could both work with, because I've seen this happening with companies, for example, that are doing paid ads or that they are building sales funnels. So that could become a massive offer, and you could get referral fees from one another. Grow together, build better lists, and make more money. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.